Technology delivers crisp veggies and tender protein in tasty selections, like Healthy Choice Simply Steamers grilled chicken and broccoli Alfredo. It's a satisfying meal with 28 grams of protein and nothing artificial. Healthy Choice Simply Steamers. What having it all tastes like.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeartCountry Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
A couple of accidents along the northbound side of I-35 this morning, starting things off with an update for the crash before William Cannon Drive. Now moved over to the left shoulder, but still causing about a 5-minute backup from Onion Creek Parkway. There's a scattered accident blocking off both the left lane and the right lane on I-35 northbound Riverside Drive, causing delays to start from Woodward. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
It's Truck Month at Group 1 Ford of South Austin, where transparent pricing means no dealer add-ons. Get up to $16,000 off a 2025 F-150 or 0% for 60 months, or a brand new 2025 Ford Ranger for just $29,988. Group 1 Ford of South Austin, 5000 South I-35 Frontage Road, or Group1FordofSouthAustin.com. Up to $16,000 off on select 2025 Ford F-150 models. Includes dealer discount, package discount, retail, and bonus cash. Not all customers qualify for 0%. 2025 Ford Ranger includes dealer discount, bonus customer cash, and TM bonus cash. Offer ends March 31st, 2026.
LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. We cannot stop your new clients from emailing you at 3 a.m. We can help you sell, market, and hire in one place. We cannot help you be in 3 places at once. And while we can't help you organize your calendar, LinkedIn can help you land more clients so you have a calendar to organize. Grow your small business on LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/smallbusiness.
And the winner of the iHeart Podcast Award is...
You can decide who takes home the 2026 iHeart Podcast Awards Podcast of the Year by voting at iHeartPodcastAwards.com now through February 22nd. See all the nominees and place your vote at iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
Audible is a proud sponsor of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award. Explore the best selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals all in one easy app. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
From the Audiovisual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Backs out the dribble now, started right, back to the left, driving in, and Harmon takes it away from him. just picked her pocket. Here's Rory into the front court. Lead pass. Booker stops, pops. It drops to Booker. Now the Crump drives into the paint. Jump stop, squares up, shoots and scores. Well, into the right side. Now Booker to shoot a three, and she knocks it down. Now out to the right side. Three-pointer good by Jordan Lee. Her first bucket. That's Rodriguez to the right side with it, working against Oldacre. Just took the ball right out of her hands again. Here come the Longhorns into the front court. Booker weaving through traffic. Bounce pass underneath the wide-open Ashton Judd. Out front, Harmon swings it across to Judd. She'll measure up a three. Good for Ashton. Now the Booker. Left side, sends it in. Cunningham posting low off the glass. It's good, and she's fouled. Comes the second one for Harmony Ware, the freshman from Cleveland, Tennessee. It is no good, and there it is. Kyle Oldacre pulls down rebound number 10.
Greg Way, you should feel bad.
And Kathy Harston's hex works wonders. Longhorns will dribble it out. Final score tonight, Texas 93, Arkansas 62.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, Mo City, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas,
or wherever you may be listening. This is a feel-good Friday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300. The Zone. Texas women's basketball went to Fayetteville and gave a dominant performance, leading from start to finish. Jayhawk basketball may have some internal problems. Black History Month is now, but I've been a part of it for quite some time.
Really?
Spurs make the Moody home again for the weekend, and Parker Coleman of K-View will join us at 8:17. Texas baseball gets ready to host Michigan State in front of some beautiful weather this weekend in Austin. And the Texas softball team travels west for some top 10 opponents. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And, of course, we got our guy Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, if you want to voice your opinion, all you got to do is use that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app, because it's new and improved, and you got to get down with it. We'll receive it instantly, and you might even hear it on air. We'll also talk all things, guess what? Olympics, because gold is the favorite color of a lot of people. I want to get into this because Texas women's basketball has had their ups and downs throughout the season. And when I say ups, I mean there's been a lot of them. The only down was they had a tough go against a couple teams, but they find a way to get it done. And that's exactly what they were able to do yesterday, going up to Fayetteville to make up a game that was scheduled for January the 25th, but they had to reschedule because of ice, and what they did was go up and give a dominant performance. Texas now 25-3 on the year, 10-3 in conference play. Arkansas falls to 0-13 in conference play and 11-17 on the year.
Couldn't happen to a better team.
Exactly. Didn't want to get stuck there for sure. But the one thing that I looked at on going into this game, Marcus and I talked about this a little bit earlier. We understood that Texas was going to go and win this game. There was no doubt in our mind about it. But it was about the performance and how were they going to be able to get it done. Well, Madison Booker did Madison Booker type things. Jordan Lee hit a couple three-pointers, so it was good to see that happening. Aaliyah Crump came off the bench to give you 16 points. Kyla Oldacre, you heard it right there, Kathy Harston and Craig Way kind of chuckling at the fact that she got another double-double. And the ability of Ashton Judd, this is somebody that I have been wanting to see get more involved into the team and into the game. In her 12 minutes, she finished with 13 points. So she was definitely effective. It was definitely effective. Rory Harmon, 8 points and 7 assists, 0 turnovers. and she had 2 steals. But it was more than that. It was an opportunity for those young ladies to go out there and kind of calm the waters. As I said, they're 25-3 and 10-3 in conference play in the SEC. They won all the games outside of the SEC, beat some ranked teams along the way, played a gauntlet of a schedule. But they went out and handled their business, Mark. And Coach Vic Schaefer, after the game, talked about the performance of his team.
First of all, I just want to commend Arkansas and Coach. I've watched them. We were ready to play them a month ago, and who they are today and where they were a month ago is way different. We told our kids they don't play to the clock. They don't play to the score. They just keep playing. They just keep coming at you. And I thought they did that tonight. I mean, they went to the free throw line 32 times. Very aggressive. We weren't very aggressive, only went 9 times. And, you have to give those kids a lot of credit. I think she's doing a great job with them. And again, that's a sign of good kids and good coaching. And I think that's my impression of Arkansas and Coach and the job that they're doing, and a lot of respect for that. It's hard to get kids to continue to play hard and fight and grind sometimes, but man, those kids just keep doing it, and they're doing it better. A month later, after the fact, I had to throw out all the film that I'd looked at and start really, even though I would have done it anyway, and watched the more recent film. It was just night and day. So I'm proud of my team. This group offensively was really good tonight. We made some shots. I told them at halftime, man, it's a whole lot more fun to coach and a whole lot easier to coach when you make some shots. And I thought we made shots first half and did some really good things. Booker's been making threes in practice. She's been making them in her workouts with shooting. And, I told her when she was out there in pregame, I'm like, baby, you've been making those. You need to make those tonight. You need to take them. Don't even think twice about it. And of course, Aaliyah is such a great shooter. Rory makes 2 tonight. It always helps. And then Kyla has a double-double inside. And we knew we had an advantage in there. We just had to try to take advantage of it. But I thought at times we played really hard. And other than the fouling, which I've got to address, I thought our kids really, really played hard, and I'm really proud of them. We've been a gauntlet, y'all. We have really had a tough gauntlet of top 25 games, top 10 games, top 5 games, and it has really been a challenge with this group, and I'm really proud of them. We've had great workouts since our last week, and had obviously a tough knockdown drag out on Sunday with Tennessee. Seems like we get everybody's best shot. And, again, I thought Arkansas played really good tonight as well. So proud of my group, proud of my team. They just continue to work, and we got plenty to work on. But this one thing about this group, they're going to continue to bring it in practice and try to get better.
I'm with him. The only thing that I have to disagree with, Coach, is that they played great because they played against you. They did not play great. They hustled, but they did not play great. They got a whooping. I'm talking about the woodshed. They don't even have woodsheds no more. These kids today, y'all lucky that y'all didn't live in the area we lived in, because we got took out to the woodshed.
Yeah.
Like they broke the belt out hard. They did the Michael Irvin for real.
Yeah.
And it was good to see Texas shoot them as many threes as they did.
Well, the problem is they were 10 of 28.
You know what? I'll take 36%. This is not, you play baseball. Yep. You know the law averages.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. If you're 40% baseball, you're pretty good.
Well, you look at it, the only reason why it was so bad is because Aaliyah went 1 of 7.
1 of 7.
Yeah. If she would have, made a couple of those, the percentage obviously would have went up.
In the 40s.
Yeah. Well, the other part of it is Madison Booker taking them, being able to shoot the 3.
Well, she was 3 of 5, right?
Yeah. And she was asked about that in the post game with the SEC Network crew.
A little bit ragged, but all of a sudden you kind of took over in the second with your mid-range game. Take me back to that quarter and what you did to give your team some separation.
I kind of even remember the game kind of a little bit, but no, I just I think with this game, just going into the game, coach kind of challenged us to do a better job of just run their offense, just doing the little things on offense too, and just kind of scoring. I think sometimes, these past couple games be kind of stagnant, so we were trying to, move around, like just share the ball, play as a team, play as one, and have fun out there.
Well, you're so well known for the mid-range magic that you have, and they pack it in that zone there, and I think you should shoot more threes. I really do. I think you should shoot more threes.
My coach said so.
And you got there and you knocked one down right side and left side. Beautiful shots. Talk about that. And you didn't hesitate at all. Talk about your three-point shooting.
I mean, it's always been there. I think I just kind of early on in the season I turned some down. So once I started shooting them again, they were off. But coach, he put like a lot of confidence in me to tell me to keep shooting the ball. So I listen to him. I mean, he's my coach. He managed my minutes, so I just did that.
What's it like playing for Coach Schaefer?
It's great. His passion, just his love for the game is you can definitely feel it. Coaching in practice, you can just feel like he wants to win, and it kind of just we show it too sometimes, but I think sometimes he shows it more, which is not a good thing.
Well, this is a very talented Texas team. You've got a great record, and how do you feel we're getting into late February already? You blink your eyes, you'll be going to Greenville for the SEC tournament. What do you think about your team right now?
I mean, we're top 5 in the country right now. That's not where we want to be at. That's not our goal. We have bigger goals this season, but we got to just keep getting better. There's still things we need to work on, even in February right now, that you think that we would be perfect right now, but we're not. But it's just continue to be hungry, get better every day. 1% better every day. Don't look too far ahead. Don't look too far back. The past is the past, and kind of just keep getting better at what we already are good at. Our strengths are this season.
She sounds like a coach.
Great answer. That's a great answer right there.
Madison, congratulations on the win and best wishes to you down the stretch.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Exciting time for this Texas basketball team, women's basketball team, as they continue to grow and get closer and closer to that March Madness gauntlet that they've been playing in going through this. Coming up next, we're going to talk gauntlet. I'm confused about what's going on at Kansas. Playing time, possible number 1 pick, but one ESPN analyst says it's a cautionary tale. I'll explain. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
In their inaugural season in the SEC, the Texas Longhorns made history.
For the first time in 22 years, the Texas women are headed for the Final Four.
Now, they're back to finish what they started.
To the hoop, and she scores! And she scores!
Harmon will hoist it from half court and makes it.
Listen to Texas women's basketball all season long on 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Delays are growing due to a crash on I-35 northbound Riverside Drive that blocks off both the left and the right lane. Plenty of first responders on scene here. You're back to Highway 71, causing about a 30-minute slowdown. There's also a wreck on the service road of I-35 southbound at Yeager, blocking off the right lane, but accident taken care of on I-35 northbound before William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
In 20628.
No power? No problem. With a whole home backup generator from Abacus. Abacus offers professional Generac installation with extended warranties, financing, and now certified Generac maintenance plans. Abacus, you can count on us.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Searching online for a car? When you call that dealership, your first question should be, are there any extra costs to the price on your website? At Henna Chevrolet, our answer will always be no. Their answer, you don't want to know. Shop surprise fee free with Henna, where the price you see is the price you get. Absolutely no addendums ever. You deserve honesty, and that's what we run on. Together, let's drive at henna.com.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting Sabertooth Zip Ride or Pan for Gemstones. Take the Wild Cave Tour or the Hidden Passages Tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
Some things you never forget, like your first bite of Tumble 22 hot chicken. Crispy outside, juicy inside, and packed with Texas-style flavor. Whether you want it painless or hot enough to burn your boots off, every piece is made fresh and fried golden, with 6 heat levels for every fan. And Pflugerville, things just got hotter. Tumble 22 is now serving up the heat right off I-35. How hot can you handle? Come hungry, leave happy. Visit the newest Tumble 22 in Pflugerville.
Here in Texas, we know that trust is earned and reputation matters. Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and that Texans can respect. A firm where no defendant is too big and no case is too small. Backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients, Thomas J. Henry remains the name you can depend on if you have been injured. Trust the firm that stands for you. Trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Austin, Texas.
We started Henyon and Walsh for people like you. People with integrity, honesty, and loyalty. The result? We care about you and your investment success. We're dedicated to your financial goals, so we'll always give you our best efforts because you've earned it. We're Henyon and Walsh and committed to you. Get a second opinion. Call 800-279-5279 or find us online. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Henyon & Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Henyon & Walsh Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Before it was vintage, it was a revolution. This smells like the 90s. A decade that tore up the rulebook and defined a new world of alternative. Nirvana, Alanis, Pearl Jam, Weezer, No Doubt, and more. With commercial-free weekend. Your favorite era? Just a tap away. Open the free iHeartRadio app and listen now.
iHeartRadio. Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. The Longhorns live here.
Back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Friday edition of the morning kickoff. Mike Hardball, world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
That's right.
And of course, Mark is behind the board. Coming up in the next segment, we got a special story that I wanted to share about a couple of family members that are part of Black History Month. I wanted to get into this because this has been bothering me the entire season. If you haven't been paying attention to the story out of Kansas, obviously Bill Self is Bill Self. He's done an unbelievable job as the head coach of the Kansas Jayhawks. Kansas Jayhawks are always in the conversation for playing for a national championship, being a part of the landscape of college basketball, and really getting after it. Well, he's got an interesting situation that is happening in Lawrence, Kansas. There's a player named Darren Peterson, and we talked a little bit about this yesterday, and we got a chance to hear from Bill Self yesterday. But one of the things that is definitely bothering me about this whole situation is the unknown part of it. And you obviously, if you inside the Jayhawk walls, there's probably conversations that are being had. There's probably situations that have been addressed. And they even talked about the fact that, hey, we know that sometimes he's not going to be there. The best thing about us is we can move on. We continue to play. without him. But he's the possible number 1 overall draft pick. And when you start to look at your dynamics as a basketball team, not just college, but in the NBA, you try to find ways to get it done. Well, as I spoke about the situation about the team in the locker room, there might be some distress in that locker room. And one of their players, Elmarco Jackson, talked about a little bit of it. And tell me if you feel any angst in his voice.
His first half play is like he does it with such ease, and we've been seeing it since summertime. So as crazy it is for you guys to see it, like for us, it's kind of normal, but it's really not normal. But you know, I'm not gonna talk about that. You have a really good first half, so I'm not gonna talk about the second half. So
yeah, that's frustration.
Man, he did it with so much ease. And then all of a sudden, I'm not going to talk about the second half because he didn't play.
Hey, because he geared it down. He shifted down.
Yeah.
When he downshifted all the way to the bench.
Yeah. Tapped the coach, made a 3, tapped Self, and was like, take me out. Like, he made a 3 right in front of Bill Self.
Yeah.
It's almost like, again, we keep going back to this movie, it's almost like Blue Chips. It's like this dude has so much ability that we have to look at him a little bit different because he can be that type of guy. I heard people talk about generational talent when it comes to him.
Anthony Edwards is a lot of people compared him to Dwayne Wade and Anthony Edwards, like a combination of the two. Either way, he good.
Right.
And I tried to look at it from his side, Hardge. I tried. Unbelievable talent. What if he goes up, somebody goes under and breaks his leg? I thought of every negative scenario that you can think of why he could say, you know what, man, I'm really trying to protect myself. But none of it works because every time I think you go to the school to play for a school, you go to play for a coach, but ultimately you end up playing for the people that you're on the court with.
Yep.
They're protecting you. If somebody foul you too hard, one of these guys that are expendable, I hate to say it, that you there for fouls, go out there and smack him up.
The old school goons.
The goons. Go protect your teammate. You run, you sweat, you bond. And then you just say, you know what, guys? I'm gonna sit it out, man.
I got my 23. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit the second half out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get drafted, and you make it about you, and you give up on your team, bro. We need you. We've been practicing. All the plays revolve around you. Now you eliminate yourself from that. Now we got guys that haven't had reps. He's just not thinking clearly. And the people around him are horrible too for allowing that. And Marcus made a point during the break. You're a GM and you're going to draft this guy in your top 5, possibly number 1 or number 2. What's going to happen in the NBA when it gets thick? Is he going to quit then too?
Well, it's interesting that you bring that up because Jason Williams had a take yesterday. I believe it was on First Take or Get Up, one of the talk shows on the 4-letter network. But he spoke about the caution of picking a guy like this.
If I were a general manager, I would be extremely concerned about Darren Peterson. I don't question his talent at all. His talent is the number 1 pick in the draft. But I would take A.J. DeBonsa because I'm not sure about the availability of Darren Peterson. Darren Peterson has played 12 of 24 games this year in college basketball, and it's been everything from an injury, a hamstring injury, cramping with the Theragun on the sideline every single possession, having the flu, not playing through the flu, and also just checking himself out of second halves of games. I've done college game day where all of a sudden he 18 the first half. You're like, damn, this kid is so elite. And all of a sudden the second half, is he playing? What happened? Nobody knows. Nobody wants to talk about it. His talent is unquestionable. It's elite. But it don't feel like he really wants to be there. It doesn't feel, and maybe this is a byproduct, KP, of when kids get paid NIL and they get money up front, right? If that's the way it goes, it's like, well, if I don't want to be here, I get my money up front, then I can check out when I want to check out. That's what this feels like. I don't know if it is that, but damn sure on paper, it looks like that.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. Bill Self better than me because I would have been got on his ass like back pockets. We would have been moving some furniture. There's no way in hell I go and recruit you. I pay you the dollars that I'm paying you, and you come and you act the way that you're acting, meaning like not showing up, thinking that we're doing things on your terms. Again, this is not, I don't look at this as college basketball anymore. Once you start getting paid, this is your job. And so I'm starting to think, I want to get to the root of the problem. Who is in his corner telling him what he needs to hear? Who is representing him, right? Who's telling him to do these things? Because I can't blame an 18, 19-year-old kid, or young man, should I say, for acting this way, right? What he did last night was disturbing. You could see it all on Bill Self's face. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was frustration all over it. And the last part I'm going to harp on is guys like this that don't fulfill their obligations and ruin it for everybody else.
Interesting.
We wasn't having this conversation last year about Cooper Flagg.
No, we were not.
Cooper Flagg was showing up and
Every
showing
game.
out every single time, and he probably got paid $20+ million at Duke.
To your point, KP.
Half of it came from you.
Yeah, no, it didn't come from me, but I know the collective in which it did come from, though. But I will say this.
But that's the thing about it, man.
That sound familiar?
They understand the importance of it all. Jason Williams was the #1 overall pick. Talent.
Yeah.
Talented. He played. Cooper Flagg, the #1 overall pick. Played. They talk about AJ DePasta from BYU. Baller. He's playing in every game. They're not taking him out.
Every minute.
So the understanding of who this person is the part that I don't get.
Who is around him?
Yep.
I don't want nothing to do with them.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
I'm not risking my job as a GM on him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it.
But you also risking it by not taking him.
No. There's like I told you, this is the deepest draft since Kevin Garnett's group came out.
Still, he's a generational talent. Coming up next, I want to talk about my generation and my family's talent right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Olympics update.
Alyssa Liu became the first American woman in 24 years to win Olympic figure skating gold, winning by less than 2 points, and the champion was thrilled with her performance.
I mean, I'm just so happy with my performance tonight. It was everything I wanted it to be, and I'm glad that I was hyped, the crowd was hyped, and I just remembered to breathe through it.
More medal events today, including men's freestyle aerials and a men's free ski half pipe.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Delays are growing due to a crash on I-35 northbound Riverside Drive that blocks off both the left and the right lane. Plenty of first responders on scene here. You're backed up from Highway 71, causing about a 30-minute slowdown. There's also a wreck on the service road of I-35 southbound at Yeager, blocking off the right lane, but accident taken care of on I-35 northbound before William Cannon. I'm Jason Foster with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
Hardge here in February means President Day savings all month long at Covert Chevy Hutto. This is the perfect time to fall in love with the new Chevy and a deal that leads the way. Right now, get $15,000 off of MSRP on select new 2025 Silverados 1500s and $9,000 off of MSRP on select new 2025 Suburbans and Tahoes. See dealer for details. Just powerful Chevys, hometown hospitalities, and savings worth committing to. That's Covert Chevy Hutto right off of Highway 79. CoverChevyHutto.com. Together, let's drive. And they're now open Saturdays.
When Texas chills, specs thrills.
keeping spirits high, glasses full, and the fun from freezing over. Bundle up with a bold bourbon or mix up mulled wine that'll melt the frost right off. Whatever your winter looks like, Specs keeps it toasty. Because when the temps dip, grab a jacket, light a fire, and keep the good times rolling. At Specs Wine, Spirits, and Finer Foods, the fun starts here.
Born and raised in Caldwell County, Ken Shavy has seen how growth can serve or threaten our quality of life. Leadership makes the difference, especially leadership that listens to the people. Because Ken Shavy believes a county judge should listen more than he talks. Proven leadership, deep roots, a commitment to protect our way of life through honest, fair, people-focused leadership. With Ken Shavy, Caldwell County will get back to basics. Vote Ken Shavy for Caldwell County Judge.
This is Ken Shavy, and I approve this message.
Political ad paid for by Ken Shavy.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
The Spurs crushed the Suns by 27 at home for their 7th straight win. Stephon Castle led San Antonio with 20 points. Astros open Grapefruit League play tomorrow, take on the Nationals in West Palm. At the Winter Olympics, U.S. women's hockey rallied to beat Canada 2-1 in overtime to capture gold, while Alyssa Liu won gold in women's figure skating. I'm Ron Moss.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Allstate.
Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The moments have been magical. The 2026 Milan Cortina Olympics are in the final days, and you can listen to all of NBC's live play-by-play coverage on the free iHeartRadio app. Schifrin, Golden, again! Including the closing ceremonies, Sunday afternoon at 2:30 Eastern.
The best speed skater in the world!
Dreams realized.
It's her 6th Olympic medal!
Legends made.
Let's go!
Open the free iHeartRadio app now and search Olympics.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show. Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
You know, Black History Month is a month that a lot of people finally gets their due. There's a lot of folks that have done some amazing things in their career. Probably a lot of people that were the first to be able to do something. I work with someone who is part of Black history. I work with the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, that has done some amazing things in his life. I too have done some things that I don't really talk about it near as much of some of the things that I have been privy to and some of the things that I've done throughout my career. But one of the things that has been very special to me, there's two of them. One of them, my uncle, Sheriff Greg Hamilton, was the first African-American, first Black sheriff in the city of Austin for Travis County. He was the first one around this area. Since then, there's been some police chiefs, and there has been other sheriffs around here. But one of the biggest stories that I don't really talk about near as much as I probably should, and that's my fault, is my great-grandfather. He was a very, very special man to a lot of people. And KCEN out of Waco actually did a story on him just a few days ago.
Alrighty, so this morning for Black History Month, we are firing up the grill on a story that's pure Killeen history and a barbecue legacy that helped change the city. Meet Maurice Hamilton, Killeen's first Black businessman. On September 2nd, 1951, he opened Maurice's Real Pit Barbecue along U.S. Business 190. He would operate the restaurant for much of his life, serving up real pit barbecue and making history while doing it. But Maurice's impact went far beyond his storefront. He also was a sought-after caterer. When Killeen banker and Chamber of Commerce leader Roy J. Smith hosted military parties at his Nolan Circle home, Maurice Hamilton provided the barbecue, feeding soldiers and community leaders during a critical period of growth tied to Fort Hood. So in the 1940s and 50s, Killeen's Black population grew as Fort Hood expanded, bringing in Black soldiers and their families, which slowly shifted the city's racial makeup and opening the door for Black entrepreneurship. So when we talk about Killeen's transformation into the diverse city it is today, Maurice's Real Pit Barbecue isn't just a restaurant. It's a symbol of progress and Black history served hot.
And I can't thank them enough for highlighting what my great-grandfather, was able to achieve and what he was able to bring to the city. Now, the truth of the matter is my uncle, who became the sheriff of Travis County, becoming the first, that was his grandfather. And so the lessons that were being told every single day was an opportunity for us to become better men, become better people, and of course, figure out our way in the struggle of being able to start your own business. When the story came out, I posted it on my social media, and there were so many people that had stories about what that restaurant meant to them and their families. Black, white, did not matter. They were all drawn to my great-grandfather's barbecue and what he was able to do. So I wanted to make sure that I shared some light on that to be able to, talk about what my family has been able to achieve. When my uncle became the sheriff, it was a tough time for our entire family because he was the first. And when you become the first, not everybody agrees with your thought process along the way, but we all made it through it. He is honored all the time by so many people. And that is why I wanted to make sure that I shed light on my great-grandfather and, of course, my uncle, who have done great things in this world.
Man, that's awesome. Black history is American history.
Absolutely.
And
it's every day.
It's every day.
Yep.
All year long.
Yep.
We all need to love each other and respect each other, in this social climate and political climate. Sometimes we tend to forget that. And my friends are not gonna side with the status quo and with what's going on in the world. They love me for me.
Right.
And I love them. And that's just what the world needs to have more of. We need to have more love and respect for each other.
Yeah. And I like I said, I appreciate the fact that people have reached out to me because they saw the article, number one, they saw the story on the news, but then they were like, I did not realize. So funny story about me growing up in Killeen. I had two last names. And obviously you see Hamilton was the last name. That's my father's last name. But on my birth certificate, it had my mom's name on there. And when I would go to school, obviously my birth certificate, you had to go by Hardge. But when I would sign up for sports, I would go by Hamilton. So for 7 years, I was Mike Hardge in school, but I was Michael Hamilton in sports. And then it came time for sports where you get picked and you got to sign up. Well, some people knew me from school and their parents knew me from school. They didn't know me from sports. So there was a where you get to pick your players. They would pick Mike Hardge and not Mike Hamilton. Somebody else would pick Mike Hamilton. And so I finally had to go to court to go by Michael Hardge all the time. I was scared for my life at that time as a young kid. I think I was 9 years old. And every time I would go somewhere, they were like, your last name is Hardge. You will go by Hardge. And I was like, when I sign up for sports, it's Michael Hamilton. I need my parents, my dad, my family. They're like, no, you are going with Hardge. So
your government papers say Hardge.
What's your birth certificate say? What does your social security say?
It sounds like you had an alter ego, like a superhero. When I put these gloves on,
exactly,
I'm Mike Hamilton.
Well, think about this. It would have been a little bit different to call me Hardball Hamilton. It would have been a totally different thing. I don't know if I would have rolled with Hardball Hamilton, but I wanted to give a shout out to my great-grandfather and my uncle Greg. When we come back, we got to talk about some more legacy that was made, because history was made yesterday in the Olympics, and we'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Texas baseball is back. Catch every big hit.
This one out to deep left center. You can say goodnight to it.
Every strikeout.
Strike three call. Got him looking.
Every big play.
Dives. He made the catch. He made the catch.
Of Longhorns baseball all season long on 1300 The Zone and streaming free on the iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
We're in the clearing stages of a wreck on I-35 northbound Riverside Drive. Right now, causing a 20-minute backup from Highway 71, but all lanes should be back open pretty soon. There's also a crash blocking off the right lane on the Cyrus Road of I-35 southbound at Yeager, and no delays this morning over on Mopac southbound from Breaker into downtown. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
M20628 TACLA 135747C TECL 30557.
Need an AC company you can count on? Call Abacus. From tune-ups to repairs and the latest indoor air quality solutions, Abacus can do it all. Now get a free furnace with your new Linux HVAC system at abacusplumbing.com.
World's Strongest Man Mark Henry here, and it's another week closer to the grand opening of Round Rock's newest and soon-to-be best sports bar in Austin, Rowdy Cowboy. They have 32 draft beers and craft cocktails and 70 big screen TVs. Their Texas-sized menu, from everything handmade onion rings to short steaks, and of course, the hottest Rowdy Cowgirls in Texas. So saddle up and get ready to hit the trail to Rowdy Cowboy for the grand opening March 13th. Doors open at 11 a.m. I-35 north of the 45 loop.
Dave Matthews Band is coming to Moody Center. May 11th. On sale Friday, February 20th at 10 a.m. at livenation.com. Don't miss Dave Matthews Band Live.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Thousands of amazing finds are hitting Macy's stores for one-day sale. We're talking incredible deals on so many styles, like trending juniors denim, lightweight sweaters, even luggage sets for your next trip. And it's all 40 to 60% off. That's over half off. Plus, with Star Money bonus days, members earn rewards even faster. See you at Macy's one-day sale today. Savings off select prices. Exclusions apply.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Plus, free home delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
This is Jim. Hello. Jim started advertising with iHeartRadio way back in April. And now,
I have customers out the door.
and this is Sarah.
Hi.
She started putting a portion of her marketing dollars in podcasting back in June.
Business is booming. That's why I'm working on a Saturday.
Want to be like Jim and Sarah? It's easy. All you have to do is own or manage a business and reach out to iHeart. Get started today at 844-844-iHeart or iHeartAdvertising.com.
Tired of one price online and another at the dealership? At Steel Round Rock GMC, no markups, no addendums, just transparent pricing. Plus, we made it easier than ever to find a vehicle to fit your budget. Visit SteelGMCRoundRock.com and shop by payment, like a 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Crew Cab lease for just $299 a month. Come see why we're the fastest growing GMC dealership in Central Texas. Steel GMC in Round Rock. Everything we do is driven by you. GMC, we are professional grade.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you're looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Join the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way, each day from 2 to 5 p.m. for the Craig Way Show on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
The morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 Zone. Want to make sure that you tuned in at 8:17 when we get a chance to talk to Ann Parker Coleman of KView as she breaks it down. We have a weekly segment on KView that lets us talk a little bit about baseball. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. But right now, I wanted you to hear how yesterday the gold medal came to the U.S.
The outlet pass for Keller, a defenseman. Nice move, cuts to the net. Score! Megan Keller, the overtime hero. The United States wins gold in Milan.
USA wins gold in the hockey, and it was one of the most dominant performances throughout the hockey season for through the Olympics for the U.S. And it's interesting to me, Mark, because they played 7 games in Milan. They went 7-0, 33 goals for them, 2 goals given up, point differential obviously of plus 31, and they had 2 wins against the people that supposedly made up hockey, the Canadians.
Whoa.
They went out there and beat them in epic fashion. How cool was that? They've actually did not allow a goal for 352 minutes in this year's Olympics.
That's domination.
Yes.
Like, this may be the most dominant that the Americans have ever been in hockey.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember hearing this level of excellence. It's just, it hasn't happened.
Well, we have 27 gold medals. 27 medals total, 9 gold, 12 silver, 6 bronze. Norway has 16 gold, 8 silver, and 10 bronze. So they have 34 medals. We have 27, followed by Italy, who has 26.
They spend a lot of time in the cold.
Yeah. A lot of their sports are made just for them.
They probably invented a lot of them sports.
Yeah. So as you sit here and you look at this, obviously there's still a lot that is going on when you start to look at how the Olympics continue to roll. As you know, you can all you got to do is get over to that iHeartRadio app, put in the keyword Olympics, and you can always hear it for free on that iHeartRadio app. So make sure that you have that locked in if you want to continue to follow it.
Man, I wish they had that when I was competing. It would have made it a lot easier for people to access the information and hear the results and so forth. Man, and it's free.
And it's free. So for you, I mean, was your events more summer?
Yeah, I was summer games.
Yeah, because
so we were August.
You were August through what? It was like for a month, though, right?
Well, I mean, we were there for 2 weeks, and the weightlifting portion was a week long because of the weight classes.
Yeah,
1 day, 1 class a day. Being the super heavyweight, I was last, so that whole week I spent still training and just waiting my turn. And that's what everybody did.
Could you have waited to go over there, or was it a must that you needed to be there
from
the very beginning?
The entire team went to the village together.
Oh, okay.
So we would fly over like we did in Barcelona. Same thing with Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know, you're there for, a
At
weekend,
least 2 weeks.
a week and a day.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember when we went to Atlanta for SEC Media Days, you were talking a little bit about
showing you the dorms.
Yeah, exactly.
Georgia Tech's existing campus, owned
Olympic Village.
The Olympic Village.
Yeah.
Those were the dorms that we stayed in.
Oh, on Georgia Tech's campus.
Yeah, they were brand new.
Right.
They had just built that whole piece on Highway 75.
Didn't they build that specifically for you guys and then
for the
left
Olympics?
it for
and then
them?
they left it for Georgia Tech University because it backed up to their existing campus.
What do they use it for now?
It's Georgia Tech campus.
Oh, okay. So it's regular dorms for other people now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do they call it still the Olympic Village dorms?
Nah, I bet they don't.
Because that was a while back.
They probably named it after some dignitary in the city.
Right. Or they didn't name it the Mark Henry.
Man, they ain't thought about me since I left there.
the John
They was
R.
happy to see me leave.
The John R.C. Duncan, billionaire.
Yeah. From Georgia Tech that was able to go there.
They may have named one of those wings over there like the Roman Reigns.
Right.
He played football at Georgia Tech.
That's right. But he wasn't Roman Reigns though, right?
No, he was Joe Onosai.
Wait, what?
Anoite. Joe Anoite.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what? Say it again.
Joe Onosai, I was the guy that I competed against.
Okay.
And he and The Rock were both the 2 legacy kids in Hawaii that were going to assume the role of High Chief.
Right.
And he was Dwayne was the Maivia family, and Joe Onosai was a world champion powerlifter, and he was also one of the legacy kids that had the key to the throne.
So who ended up taking the throne?
Dwayne.
Oh, so he was the one that became the chief.
He became a chief.
Is that why he's got all those tattoos the way that?
Man, don't big him up too much.
I'm not. I said tattoos. I didn't say nothing about nothing else.
The family crest and brands and those tattoos, Dwayne actually did the tapping.
Okay.
Because they do it a special way.
Right.
And he did I think the rest of the arm sleeve stuff was inked, but the stuff from the waist down were all tapped. And it's dangerous. Like, you can die from it.
But you have to go through it.
But you have to go through it. You're going to be the king. You got to do it.
Man.
I don't know if I want to be king.
He can't go to Wakanda. He can't go
They
to
like, Mark, in order for you to be king, you're going to have to take this shot. If I'm not drugged, you're not shooting me with nothing.
My favorite thing that you ever said is like, you have to be like Mr. T in the 80s.
Give me my milk. Because you're not shooting me with no needle.
I just want to be around one time.
No,
I
it'll
just
never
want
happen.
to, I want to be around one time with you and a needle. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. When we come back, we're going to talk Spurs. They took over the Moody Center, and Wemby has talked about his team, and they are responding. That is true. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
It's a sale. Right now, every service needed for your vehicle is on sale at any of the 3 Leaf Johnson Ford locations, Austin, Manor, and Buda. And we're wide open. Tires, brakes, oil changes for only $39.99 with synthetic blend oil, tire rotations, and alignments. You name it. Any of the 3 Central Texas locations have it on sale. Can't come see us? We'll come see you with our mobile van on most services, or we'll come pick it up and bring it back. Go to leafjohnson.com and pick your location and time. You'll love it at Leaf, Austin, Buda, and Manor.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Get ready, Austin. Planet Fitness is celebrating the grand opening of their brand new Lake Creek location on North 183 on Friday, February 27th from 6 to 8 p.m. Join Mark Henry and 1300 The Zone, and you can register to win UT men's and women's basketball tickets. No membership required. Everyone is welcome. Bring a guest, tour the sparkling new gym, and try out their amazing amenities. Join Planet Fitness, Mark Henry, and 1300 The Zone for free food, fun contest, and awesome prizes. Plus, you can meet Austin FC stars John Gallagher and Jaden Nelson. Only at Planet Fitness, Lake Creek, February 27th. Planet Fitness. The judgment-free zone.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Are you one of the 7% of adults in the United States who are searching for an alternative to sleeping in a bed? Then let me introduce you to Z-Cliner, the revolutionary recliner designed by FlexSteel. The Z-Cliner, meticulously engineered with restful sleep in mind, making it an ideal bed alternative. A healthy life starts with a healthy night's sleep. Z-Cliner is more than just a recliner. It's a personalized comfort experience. It features multiple power adjustments like recline, headrest, lumbar, zero gravity, reducing pressure on your body, tech integrations like charging ports for easy modern living. We know life can be messy, stressful. That's why Z-Cliner is upholstered in a moisture and stain-resistant fabric. Perfect for all-day enjoyment, even homes with pets and kids. Z-Cliner, a complete sleep solution. Get started. Unmatched comfort. Zcliner.com/Dan Patrick today to find a Z-Cliner at a store near you.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. It's pretty simple. We're neighbors. We're in your city, talking about your town. You can't fake it. Take your favorite spot on the dial with you on the go. Download the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Guaranteed human.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The Morning Kickoff
The morning kickoff. It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. Mike Hardball Hardge, world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, and former Olympian Mark Henry. And, of course, we've got our guy, Marcus, behind the boards. I wanted to get into this conversation because it is taken over. And when I say taken over, that means that the San Antonio Spurs have taken over the Moody Center and have taken over Austin. Last night, they get the victory over the Suns. And not only was it a victory, it was one of those woodshed, as you like to say, Mark, when you get out there and you know what it's all about. 121-94. Wembanyama doing Wemby things. And that's 7 straight wins for the San Antonio Spurs. But when you think about the San Antonio Spurs and what they have been able to do in a short period of time for the last 2 seasons, all they have been able to do was get better and better and better. And that is what they continue to grow from. Mitch, what's his name? Johnson is the head coach. I didn't realize this. He was the former Austin Spurs head coach, won a championship here, and now he is leading this team. But one of the players that continues to elevate his game and finds a way to get it done is Stephon Castle. And Stephon Castle and he and Champagnie, these are 2 guys that have gone through a lot with each other. And along the way, they have gotten better and better. And when Castle and Champagnie talked about the Spurs' growth,
I mean, like I said earlier, probably just because of the trajectory of, where our season is going and, where we could end up. Obviously we see where we're at in the standings and see what are the teams that we have left on our schedule. So we know it doesn't get any easier from here.
We had like an 8-game stretch where we told ourselves we want to go 8-0. We ended up going 7-1, I think, with the loss to Charlotte. And I think from that loss moving forward, we had to really question ourselves, are we putting our energy in the right places? Are we doing the right things to, win, not for, self-accolades, points, like stats or whatever it may be.
Having those conversations to where we can't, BS against, teams that are lower standings or, we don't think are as good. That's when we get in trouble. So just trying to fix that problem before it gets too bad.
Personally, I keep it up with you. I've never really been in a winning team. Like even in college, my team wasn't the best team in college. We were just solid. But I think it's something that we need to win games and to ultimately get to where we want to get to. If we can't, speak to each other and have honest conversations, and my teammates can't look at me and curse me out and be like, well, what are you doing? We have a problem. We'll have a problem. So I think everybody's kind of letting that ego go. There's no egos in here. It's just, don't listen to how I'm telling you, listen to what I'm telling you. It's kind of what we've been going by and what we've been doing. So, more of that.
Think about this, Mark. This is a team that has found a way to stay together, play together, and enjoy being with each other to the point that they're closing the gap on OKC. They've already shown that they can beat OKC multiple times. And OKC, the defending champion, also have one of the best records in the NBA right now. But the Spurs are right there with them.
And not only are they right there with them, but the head-to-head. I think they're 3-1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They know that they can beat them. They're not worried about them.
You know what? I was telling you this during the break. I hadn't heard this that sound that Marcus just played with Castle. Man, it hurts a little bit. Yeah, I got something stuck in my throat.
Marcus, mark the tape.
I was wrong.
Huh?
Because I was like, man, this would be a good time to trade Castle and some of the other expendable guys on that bench to Milwaukee for Giannis. after watching him play yesterday and after watching him play on Friday, like Castle is different. Like that dude, I think he got like a hover button, like on the video game or something, because he jumps and it's like he floats in the air and other people are coming down and then he'll shoot. Like he gets people off balance and he can jump off of either leg. And it's a gift. It's not just a good basketball player. It's like it's a skill. So he's got something that I didn't see. And, I think that every team in the NBA should be shaking a little bit. Because if that team plays you 7 games in a row, you're not going to beat them. I don't think that there's a team right now in the NBA, including Oklahoma City, that can play them 7 times in a week and beat them. I don't think there's not one team. So that's me saying basically I think they'll win the championship.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like you were saying.
You point a team out, and then let me rephrase it if I'm wrong, but I don't think that there's a team playing right now because Chet Holmgren is the deciding factor in the Oklahoma City games. And the reason that the Spurs are beating them 3-1 is because Wemby nullifies him. All of their bigs have no chance against Wemby. He's that dominant a player. The guard play at Oklahoma City with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Shai doesn't have enough help at point guard to go against the 4-headed monster of guards that are at the Spurs. Eventually, he's going to get tired and go to the bench.
Yep.
And then Castle is going to come on, or Champagnie is going to come on. Fox is going to be there.
They got so much depth on that
Vassell,
team.
And they have so much depth at guard that they nullified the star player.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't beat them. I just think in a series with the coaching that they have, who the coach was a disciple of Coach Popovich too.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's not a defensive oriented coach. If he needs to turn the defense up, he can. It's just I look at the Spurs as being a championship team.
How deep do you think the Spurs will be willing to go to the bench? Would they go 8 deep in the playoffs, 7 deep? Because that's usually you shrink your rotation in the playoffs. How deep are you willing to go?
There's no need for them to shorten it because every single player on that squad can ball out.
Yeah.
They have the depth. So my question to you, Marcus, because you talked about this when Mark was out the other day, you looked at this team and what came to your mind? What did you tell me?
What I saw is I saw them not being that team that is scared in the playoffs. I see it as a team that is angry. So in the playoffs,
trying to prove it.
Yeah, usually when you have a young team, they get to the playoffs, no playoffs experience. You can beat them with an experienced team. Now, there are always those young teams that are scared because they don't know what they're doing. And the combination with the Spurs is they're an angry team that can do it, and then they don't have the fear of not knowing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it exactly the same way.
Yeah, this is a team that...
And they can go 9 too, Hardge. They can go 8 or 9 deep.
I can see them being able to go 9 and 10 deep, actually, in the playoffs. But
Cornette is going to play.
Are they willing to? Because that is usually the issue with teams in the playoffs is they have the depth to go 8, 9. Only team I've ever seen that willing to go deep with their rotation in the playoffs, and this is back in the 90s, was the Utah Jazz. Most teams now, they tend to go 7 or 8. Most teams actually go 7 in the playoffs, and it's a frustrating thing on my part as a viewer. It's like you have this deep team, and you're just shrinking it down to a 7-man rotation.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. When you got Barnes, Keldon Johnson, Bryant, and Cornette, and I forgot, Harper, they have 9.
Yeah.
They have 9 guys, and the rotation of the Oklahoma City Thunder is 9. So they match up with them.
Match up. That's what I'm saying. If you look at this team and you look at the way that they are set up, and the biggest thing to me is the youth factor. They can run with them.
They're all young guys.
They're young. They're gonna
Except
run
for
with them.
Barnes. And Barnes don't need to play more than 20 minutes.
And when he does, he handles his business whenever he's out there, and he provides the leadership. But you just heard from Castle and Champagnie and what they've been able to do. They've been able to correct their situation so quickly. They do it on the fly. And that, to me, is the best part of this team.
Yeah.
Like when you watch the Spurs play, they're having fun. They don't go out there and try to feel out the situation. No, they bring the situation.
It's funny that both of those teams, the way they mirror each other, they operate like a college team, but they're pro teams. And they're all so young that they all kind of relate to each other.
Right.
I mean,
they get it.
Caruso is the old guy on
OKC.
On OKC.
Yep.
Him and Barnes are kind of like the same guy. They're like the defensive, keep everybody in line guy.
Yeah, they get it. They get it. And it's time for us to get it, because coming up next, Ann Parker Coleman breaks down Texas baseball, Texas softball, and of course, last night's Spurs victory over the Suns. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
Texas softball is back. Catch the Longhorns as they defend their national championship.
Texas wins the national championship.
Listen to every big hit.
High and deep, a grand slam.
Every strikeout.
Swing and a miss.
All season long. Search Retro Austin on the iHeart Radio app.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
About a 10-minute slowdown this morning due to stop-and-go traffic on 290 westbound from FM 1100 to FM 973. You're also slow on I-35 northbound for the 45 toll road to William Cannon, causing about a 15-minute add to your commute. But all lanes are back open after an accident on I-35 northbound Riverside Drive has been cleared. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Always running out of hot water? You can count on Abacus to help. Get a 40 to 50-gallon water heater for just $22.99 with warranty and zero down financing, as low as $36.33 a month. Call or visit abacusplumbing.com today. M20628.
The volume is up. And I'm not talking about on the TV, because you swear yelling at the TV always helps. Science is unclear, but the Bud Light definitely helps. It's light, it's crisp, and always clutch during a Texas basketball game. So turn the volume up on your TV, not you. Bud Light is the official domestic beer of Texas basketball. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing True Earnings Checking from Austin Telco Federal Credit Union. Earnings that are almost too good to be true. Earn 5% APY on balances up to $15,000. It's simple. Just deposit at least $1,500 in new money and make 15 debit card transactions each month. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, even if you miss the requirements. Open your account online or at any of our 24 Austin area locations. Visit atfcu.org to learn more. Rate subject to change without notice. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com.
You want the vibe of a drink, that warm, smooth little kick, but you also want to wake up tomorrow as a functioning adult. That's where RK comes in. ARKAY, Zero Proof. It's the world's first zero proof spirits brand. They've created the warm molecule. So it's a patented way to give you that familiar warmth and dopamine driven feel good moment you expect from a drink without a single drop of alcohol. For 14 years, they perfected more than 28 alcohol-free spirits, all 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 regrets. No hangovers, no bad decisions. It's the perfect time to enjoy the same flavors and traditions while staying true to what matters most, feeling good and living a full life. Whether you're hosting, toasting, or cheering on your favorite team, RK Zero Proof lets you celebrate without compromise. Join the revolution at rkzeroproof.com. rkzeroproof.com.
The world is always changing. Now you can track what's likely to happen and trade on the outcome with Kalshi. From politics and economics to breaking financial news, Kalshi markets show real-time probabilities of what will unfold, and you can make money on what you think will happen. The State of the Union is Tuesday. Will new policies be announced? What will Trump say? Who shows up? Trade outcomes live on Kalshi. Available in all 50 states. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code iHeart to get $10 when you trade $10. KALSHI. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Searching online for a car? When you call that dealership, your first question should be, are there any extra costs to the price on your website? At Henna Chevrolet, our answer will always be no. Their answer, you don't want to know. Shop surprise fee free with Henna, where the price you see is the price you get. Absolutely no addendums ever. You deserve honesty, and that's what we run on. Together, let's drive at henna.com.
Wake up with Hardge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
Back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. It is Friday. We got jobs, but it's time for us to talk to our good friend Ann Parker Cole of KView as we get ready for a busy weekend. First and foremost, how are you doing this morning?
Good, guys. I'm hoping. Oh, can y'all hear me? Let's go.
Yay.
Every week, I don't change anything, but my mic has not been working. So I'm really happy that that's working. Yeah, I don't even know what you asked me anymore. I was really just excited to hear my own voice.
We're just excited that, we were waiting to see what was going to happen before we dove all the way in. Yeah. But I want to talk about this because you got a chance to be with Coach Schlossnagle and the team yesterday as they get ready to host Michigan State tonight. First pitch, 6:30 at the Dish. It's going to be beautiful weather, a beautiful time. But one of the things that he was able to talk about was the pitching staff and how Max Weiner, the pitching coach, has been able to connect with all of these great pitchers.
Yeah, Hardge, you hit on it right there. That was probably my favorite thing that I learned yesterday when we talked to Coach Schloss. I don't know how we got on the subject of Max Weiner, but if you just look at him in the dugout, guy's having a great time. I mean, he looks young, so he looks like a college guy, but he looks like he's having so much fun. Like he's actually on the team, not coaching the team. I encourage fans to really pay attention to him. And I feel like that is just the epitome of the kind of coach he is. And kind of reiterated that he feels like he is kind of one of the players, but also elevated in the way that like he is like a therapist. And even if you walk into his office, it's going to feel like you're going into a therapy session. He kind of has the office tricked out. We got some incense. We have scented candles. Like it's a vibe in there. And Sauce says, that's kind of what pitchers need. He kind of equated them to kickers, to football kickers. You kind of need somebody, those guys at least need somebody that you can go to and vent. And Sloss, I appreciate this about him. He's self-aware. He knows that he writes the lineup card and he's the one signing the scholarship. Guys aren't going to be as honest and as candid with him as they would with somebody else. And Max gets to be that guy.
Ms. Parker, we talk about the pitching. We talk about how well Texas has done hitting the ball. I want to turn into a small version of Coach Sloss. The defensive side, like who's been showing out on the defensive side once the pitchers make the pitch. If somebody that does get lucky enough to get a hit off Texas, who's been the one that's been making the defensive plays the most?
I don't know if you could say the most. I've been the most impressed probably with A-Rod at shortstop. I feel like there were a lot of questions with who was going to take over Jalen Flores' position because he was such a stud there. And, you had Timo Becerra coming in, so there's a little bit of a competition there. Obviously, A-Rod went out, lost some weight this season, so he's moving a little bit faster. And, I mean, it's only been, 4 games now, I guess, if you count that midweek. But I just thought he looked really natural in that position, much more natural than a guy I maybe would have expected who played pretty much all over the infield and even in the outfield last year.
Yeah, I was impressed with what I've seen from him as somebody that played at shortstop. I know what the position looks like, and the way that he moves is the way that you expect a player like that and his caliber to be able to do that. One of the other players that we have had an opportunity to talk about, obviously, is Ethan Mendoza. Him at the top of that lineup. I saw, we've talked about his weight gain, the strength that he's put on, and it's good weight. He feels comfortable at that playing weight. But he also is the guy at the top of that lineup that gets everything going for A-Rod, for Aiden Robbins, and now Carson Tenney. Talk about what you've learned about him along the way as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that you can emphasize the weight gain enough. Mendoza isn't a really big guy. And now with that weight gain, we've seen a lot more power from him. He homered in the first 2 games last weekend. But he's just one of those reliable, consistent hitters who is going to get on base. And that's exactly who you want at the top of your lineup. That's exactly who you want to see get the most at bats. And then, I mean, gosh, like once you get through Ethan Mendoza, I feel bad for the pitchers that have to face the top of the lineup. You go Ethan Mendoza, then you got to deal with A-Rod, then you got Aiden Robbins, Carson Tenney. It's a gauntlet, and then you move down the lineup. You got to deal with a guy like Anthony Pack towards the end. Like it's really tough. But to your point, Ethan Mendoza, just consistent, reliable hitter. That's why you want him at the top.
Yeah, he is one of those dudes in the lineup that you can do a lot with. Once you can run the bases, you can do some hit and runs. And even when he comes back up, he's a great situational player, and his defense is getting better too. Let's go to the other side. Let's go to basketball. The men's basketball team continues to find a way to get it done. We've seen the ups and the downs. You've been in there in some of those press conferences where Coach Miller just kind of lets you know exactly where he is in his mind, but this team has decided that they want to go out there and fight, and that's what we've seen. And he also mentioned, I know we talk a lot about Dalen Swain, but he's been given a lot of love to Tremont Mark and what he's been able to do.
Yeah, I feel like you've seen Tremont Mark come alive, and he's a guy that can be a little streaky, but, I mean, Texas, 5-game win streak right now. Yes, it is probably the softest part of their schedule. The real test now is going to be, can you extend it to 6? Can you extend it to 7? Because now is when it really gets, it's hard. You got Georgia on Saturday. You're playing away at Georgia. Then you welcome, the defending national champs, Florida. And then you got to face Texas A&M, Arkansas. I think you round out with OU. Like it's going to be a tough stretch to end the season. But what I thought was interesting on Tuesday night after they won against LSU, everybody's like, 5-game win streak, coach. What's going on? You're not, talking so much smack about your team in the post-game presser anymore. What's changed? And yes, their defense has gotten better, but he was also like, I think that's a product of just being together longer. This is just the state of college basketball now. Teams don't, it's going to be a completely new team every single season. And he didn't have a ton of time with these guys. I feel like we really saw that at the beginning of the season, them still getting acclimated to each other. Now we get to see the payoff of that of like, okay, you have almost an entire season under your belt. Things are starting to kind of just click a little bit more and click with Coach Miller too. Cause again, he's brand new. These guys don't know. Some of them, who came with him know his system, but the majority of them don't.
AP, there was at the beginning of the fourth period, there was a Kendall Weaver sighting again. I don't know if you saw it, but there was a play where the ball got moved around. They threw an inside pass to one of the centers, and Kendall took off and jumped, and the ball hit the back of his hand to deflect the ball, and Texas got the turnover. His hand was at least a foot above the rim. Like, I want to see what his highlight reel is going to look like at the end of the season, because he's done some things that they're not going to show up in the stat sheet.
Yeah.
And it is right now, Kendall would probably be the MVP of hustle plays and, just kind of off the rails type of plays. Don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I was not there, so I did not see that play, and that makes me mad because I remember the last one you and I talked about where he just like levitated.
He levitated
up to the rim. Yeah, he is scary athletic, and you're right. He's not the kind of guy that's going to light up the stat sheet. He's not, but he is a difference maker. He's the one who, at the end of the game, Coach Miller will always say, "Yeah, it doesn't show in the stats, but like he was the difference." Tonight. And I feel like we saw that a lot last season too, when we heard it a lot from Texas's old head coach. And then even when Miller was coming around, it was like, he is a guy that you have to get. He is a glue guy. And I think it's maybe not because of plays like that athleticism, but I think that athleticism helps. And I think that hustle that he has that you can see through athletic plays like that. I mean, that makes all the difference.
Yeah, he'll play for one of three teams next season in the NBA, and that's the Spurs. He'll play for Detroit, or he'll play for the Knicks. They look for guys that hustle, that grind, that sometimes want to fight you. I've not seen Kendall get to the point to where he wanted to throw hands with anybody, but somebody as explosive as him, you don't want to get hit by a guy like him.
AP, I wanted to ask you this too before we let you go. Texas women's basketball gets another big victory. Conversation was a little bit different after the game coming from Vic Schaefer. He had mentioned it earlier in the week. Some teams respond differently. And I kept saying, this team is good. They just had a bad game. We got to understand who they are. They went and handled their business, but the road doesn't get any easier for them. What are your thoughts on this Texas women's basketball team?
Yeah, it's been such an interesting season because they are so talented, and yet when they lose, we hear things like they don't have heart and they are soft. And when you watch them, I don't know. It's tough. And Coach Schaefer said earlier this week that he doesn't think that if he could go back in time, I don't know if he would have said quite those things again. And he's just looking out for the best interests of the team. And you say those things to fire a team up, it doesn't fire everybody up. And I think he kind of learned that. But I mean, whether you regret that or not, like the past two games have showed that in some ways it did kind of work. This team has responded. You get that big win over Tennessee earlier this week. Last night, you just absolutely obliterated Arkansas. And two, I think the best thing about it is their 3-pointers. Texas is a team that does not shoot threes. Vic does not like to talk about that, but they went 10 for 28 behind the arc. So huge win for them, and they kind of need to keep it going. They'll play Mississippi State on Sunday, but you got to close out the regular season strong because you're kind of right now they're in a position where they could lock up that fourth number 1 seed for NCAA play.
Yeah, and that's an important part of making sure that you get a home seating and being able to kind of craft your way through the tournament as this time is starting to take place. As always, we want to thank you for taking the time this morning. And folks, every Wednesday, AP and I are together on KView. We started our new Hardball segment about baseball, and it's been fun, and I always look forward to it. But thank you for taking the time today.
Yeah, thank you guys. I will see you on Wednesday, Hardge.
All right, I'll see you Wednesday. There she goes, Ann Parker Coleman of KView. Coming up next, we have our guy, Mark Henry, bringing you his world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
iHeartRadio.
Olympics update.
Team USA reclaimed the women's hockey gold medal following a thrilling 2-1 overtime win over Canada. Megan Keller won it with a spectacular goal in OT, calling the victory special.
A lot of pride goes into that, and yeah, it's never easy. It's not easy to win these, so just so happy for our group.
It's the US's third women's hockey gold medal. Meanwhile, the men back at it today, taking on Slovakia in the semifinals.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
On top of the main lanes of I-35 northbound being slow this morning from 45 over to William Cannon, there's also reports of an accident on the service road of I-35 northbound at William Cannon. On Greg Maynard Road, there's also a crash at the eastbound side of Highway 290, and ongoing cleanup for a crash on Brody Lane at Spotted Horse Trail. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by NASCAR at COTA.
This isn't just race day. It's one big Texas-sized weekend. Big-time action on the track and big memories with your crew. February 27th through March 1st. Get tickets at NASCAR@COTA.com.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting Sabertooth Zip Ride or Pan for Gemstones. Take the Wild Cave Tour or the Hidden Passages Tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
50 years in the Lone Star State, a one-stop shop so you're never late. Price is so low that you want to know
Which way to Specs?
Come on, let's go.
Specs Wine Spirits and Finer Foods. World-class service, that's all about you.
Shout Specs, it's how we do. A huge selection since 62. Shout Specs, low price, amazing. Here's to you. Shout. Cheers to savings.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code READY to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code READY to borrow up to $10,000. Use code READY to borrow up to $10,000.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, cloudy skies for your Friday, a high in the upper 60s, cloudy tonight with some areas of dense fog, a low in the mid 50s. Saturday, sunshine and clouds, a high of 72. Tomorrow night's low near 40.
This report is sponsored by the Central Texas RV Super Sale. The Central Texas RV Super Sale is coming to Dell Diamond February 26th through March 1st. Compare hundreds of RVs side by side. See the newest models and find the right fit for your next adventure. Tickets are on sale now at centexrvsupersale.com.
The moments have been magical. The 2026 Milan Cortina Olympics are in the final days, and you can listen to all of NBC's live play-by-play coverage on the free iHeartRadio app. Schifrin, Golden, again! Including the closing ceremonies, Sunday afternoon at 2:30 Eastern.
The best speed skater in the world!
Dreams realized.
It's her 6th Olympic medal!
Legends made.
Let's go!
Open the free iHeartRadio app now and search Olympics.
Coach Sark here. 1300 The Zone is your flagship home for the Texas Longhorns.
You heard of WWE Hall of Famer, World's Strongest Man, tells you that's what he do. But right now, he is going to do what it do. WWE Hall of Famer, World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry brings you his World's Strongest Take. Take it away, big fella.
Hard.
Yes.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for the World's Strongest Take by the World's Strongest Man. Marcus. Back then, they didn't know. Now I'm hot. They're all on me. You know. Well, here we are again, guys. World's Strongest Take. I don't know how to feel about this because my anxiety for rule changes and so forth is real high because I always think about the history of the league and what the league had to go through to get to where it is now, and changing things. It kind of messes with the history because the guys before didn't have these options. The NBA, the league offices had conversations with all the shareholders and with all the board of governors and the competition committee and the general managers and coaches about putting in some anti-tanking rules in the NBA for next season, including starting with potential concepts for changing how you get your draft picks and what you could do with them. Commissioner Adam Silver informed everyone that he plans to make anti-tanking rule changes for next season, and he said it forcefully. And you get to that point, and he also fined the Utah Jazz $500,000 for what he considered a blatant disrespect of the rules and tanking, and Indiana Pacers $100,000 for the same, for not playing players that were healthy late in games. And there's other teams right now that are under the microscope that they're saying that those teams will likely be fined in the up and coming days. Some of the rule changes that they're thinking about is even if you win a lottery pick, you get one of these top 15, 16 picks, they're going to roll you down. They're going to take away your ability to get that pick in the top 15, 16 picks because you tanked. You do not want to be on his anti-tanking list. He's going to bump you down 10 spots. Holy cow. There are no longer teams who are allowed to be the pick in the top 4 in consecutive years. I think the one that's going to hurt the most is if you actually make it to the playoffs and you play in a championship conference final, you lose your pick if you're on that list. So I suggest if you are a team in the NBA and you're at the bottom right now, you're one of the top 10 worst teams in the league, you get on your horse and you start playing because you do not want to be on this list. Because if you get a top 10 pick and they say, no, we're going to bump you down to 20, or if you're 7, and now you get bumped down to 21, you're going to be upset with yourself. Now this year, it's a deep draft. You got 17, 18 guys that can really come in and help your franchise. Texas has one of those guys on their team. But my take is this, Hardge. I think the tanking is finna stop right now because you've got the commissioner mad. And when he says things and they list it as him speaking forcefully to all the powers that be, the owners are not used to getting talked to like this. These are billionaires, multi-billionaires. And when you tell them, look, I don't care about where you stand. If you get on my list, you're going to lose your draft pick or we're going to push it down. What say you?
I agree with it. I mean, I think this is that time where I think players need to be playing. I think players should be playing. You're getting paid a lot of money. A lot of money. So go to work. Go do your thing. That's what you get paid to do. I don't feel like it today. Where's that at? Where is that? Load management. That thing is the worst thing that you could ever have created because it makes no sense. You know what it is? Every game you don't play, start taking money. You want a day off? Without pay. That's what you get. And let's see that. Put that in the rule book.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
But you know what's going to happen? The collective bargaining agreement. The Players
Association.
Association.
They're going to say, no, that's unfair.
No way, no how. As my boy Rob Parker would say. But you got to understand, and I agree with you. I think that you not playing in a game that you're supposed to be playing in is the worst thing that you can do. Because,
and the fans lose.
Man, just think last night, all the people that went to the Moody last night, if Wemby wasn't playing,
all
because
that money
it was his
they would have
time
spent,
off.
it would have been a waste.
Everybody doesn't have that type of disposable income anymore to go to a – people save up for that.
Yeah.
They didn't drive to San Antonio all year long because they wanted to see Wemby here. And I needed some time off. No, you don't. No, you don't. It ain't that hard. Hey, monitor your minutes, not taking yourself out of the game completely, Peterson. When we come back, we'll preview all the things that are happening this weekend. And I got to tell you, 2 lifetime Longhorns will be at a special place starting today. You got to go check them out right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Coach Sark here. Stay connected to the Longhorns on the free iHeartRadio app.
Breaks a tackle 30, turns down the sidelines. Say goodnight to this one. Touchdown, Texas.
Just search 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
On top of the main lanes of I-35 northbound being slow this morning from 45 over to William Cannon, there's also reports of an accident on the service road of I-35 northbound at William Cannon. On Greg Maynard Road, there's also a crash at the eastbound side of Highway 290 and ongoing cleanup for a crash on Brody Lane at Spotted Horse Trail. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Get a quote today in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Hardge here in February means President's Day savings all month long at Cover Ford Hutto. Right now, get $21,158 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Ford Super Duty F-250 SRW Shelby Super Baja. Or make it love at first drive with $11,638 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT. See dealer for details. Community driven since 1909 and trucks that show up for you every single day. That's President's Day savings all month long at Cover Ford Hutto, right off of 79 in Hutto, coverfordhutto.com, and they're now open on Saturdays.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let's go.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Dave Matthews Band is coming to Moody Center. May 11th. On sale Friday, February 20th at 10 a.m. at livenation.com. Don't miss Dave Matthews Band Live.
Running for office means having something important to say. Radio is the most personal medium out there. Voters hear the real you, exactly the way you want to be heard. No filters, no AI, just your voice, your message. And it's 1/10 the time and cost of video. Don't just campaign. Connect with millions all over the country, even thousands in the smallest communities with radio. Call now and be on the air in just 48 hours. 844-844-iHeart. That's 844-844-iHeart.
Hennion and Walsh was made for people like you. People who value speaking to the right people at the right time. That's why we answer the phone ourselves, to understand you and help you invest for the life you want, because you've earned it. We're Hennion and Walsh, and a human connection. Get a second opinion. Call 800-279-5279 or find us online. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Hennion and Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Hennion and Walsh Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Spring savings start early at Lowe's. Get a Cobalt 24-volt max leaf blower for just $99. It's powerful, lightweight, and ready to go. Plus, get 4 bags of Stay Green 1 cubic foot garden soil for just $10. Don't wait. Get everything you need to start on your spring projects today. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 3/4. Soil offer excludes Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Longhorns baseball plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Going on throughout Austin, Texas, baby. It is a great time to be alive. There's so much happening this weekend. Texas women's basketball travels to Athens, Georgia to take on the Georgia Bulldogs. That game will be on the SEC network, and all the action can be heard on 98.1 KVET and, of course, AM 1300 The Zone with the voice of Texas Athletics, our guy, Greg Way. That will be tomorrow. Starting tonight, we have Texas baseball, 6:30, first pitch 6:32, but you can hear it all starting at 6:15 with Texas baseball pregame show as they will take on Michigan State. First pitch tonight, 6:30. Texas baseball plays tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and then on Sunday, they are at noon. We also got Texas women's basketball this weekend as they get ready to take on Mississippi State. It's a home game. There's a lot that is happening. That will be at 1 o'clock. You only got a couple home games left for the Texas women, so get out there to this Sunday and check them out as they take on Mississippi State. Also, make your plans today to go over to the new HEB over there by Hancock. They've upgraded, they made some adjustments, and they've done some new things over there. And go check out Longhorn legend Quan Cosby. He will be there from 4:30 to 6:30, brought to you by Bud Light and Brown Distributing. And on Saturday, the Jamal Charles will be there doing the exact same thing, signing autographs. He'll be there from 1 to 3. And it is brought to you by Bud Light and Brown Distributing. And Mark, there's a special event that is going on this weekend. Our guy Derek Johnson's Defend the Dream Foundation is having his celebrity waiter night at the Four Seasons. The event is sold out for February the 22nd. It has already been sold out, but you can go to DerekJohnsonFoundation.org for all the information and check it out. And one of the celebrity waiters is going to be Mark Henry.
That's right. I'm going to have a apron on and a tray handing out drinks, and there's going to be some really important and special Longhorn athletes, former Longhorns, and as well as local celebrities. And man, just Coach Sark is going to be there. And
it's going to be hosted.
Mac Brown.
It's going to be hosted by our guy, Ced Golden of the Austin American-Statesman. He will be the host of it all, but obviously dealing with Derek Johnson and his foundation. We've done a lot with them. Derek and I have done a women's clinic before as well. Special guests go all the way from Aaron Williams, TJ Ford, Quan Cosby, Michael Huff, Griffin,
Vince Young,
VY is supposed to be there, Brooks Kieschnick, Drew Stubbs, Reggie Freeman, Sylvan Young, BJ Johnson, and of course, CDC, Mac Brown, DeLoss Dodds, John Bianco is going to be there, and our guy, Norman Watkins. You know, Norm has been on the show with us quite a bit, and he has a special relationship with Derek Johnson. There's going to be some celebrity chefs. My man, John Carver, he's done an unbelievable job with all of his restaurants here in town. So it's going to be a very special event for a great cause with Derek Johnson's Defend the Dream Foundation.
And the whole organization is about empowering kids through literacy and how they go in and they rebuild libraries so kids can be able to have books and new books, not just run down books, but like brand new books. So I love the fact that he's able to do that.
He's got a bunch of sponsors that have done a really good job. And if you want to be a part of it, you're not going to be able to get in, but you can make donations.
Right.
And you can also help with the foundation and try to build more for his foundation. He's done an unbelievable job with that.
Great human.
As we've talked about before, and you start to look at all the things that are happening this weekend, Texas basketball has to be one of the biggest stories. And I'm talking about Texas basketball, the men, because now they're about to go through a tough stretch. They won 5 straight, and now it's an opportunity. Can you get to 6? Can you get to 7? How long can you make this go? And I think that this team is playing basketball, and they're headed in the right direction.
They're headed in the right direction. And I think they also have got to the point to where they know each other. Like the nuance of not playing together, and they struggle with the fouls, still have some struggles. But if they're able to fix it, Hardge, in these next 5 games, and to be able to go into the playoffs and limit the fouls and play team ball, they have enough talent to make a run. And I'm just praying that they all realize where they are and how hard it is to get where they are.
Yep.
And don't waste it now.
Yeah, they only have 2 home games left. Wednesday at the Moody versus Florida, and then they finish it out at the Moody against Oklahoma on March the 7th. And then, of course, we get into the March Madness, all the excitement of basketball, where productivity goes straight down during that time because nobody's at work. They're trying to figure it out, but nobody will be at work during that time.
All the sports bars will be full in the middle of the day.
Exactly.
Day drinking.
And make sure you stay locked into it, because we're going to have a special announcement for that Friday the 13th. We are supposed to be out and about during that time, so make sure you're locked in on that day so we can tell you where we're going to be. So we will definitely keep you informed. Mark, how excited are you about this weekend with Texas athletics?
I'm really excited. I'm trying to get over. My wife told me yesterday we want to catch one of the women's games before the season's over. I said, well, It's either going to be Sunday at 1 or Thursday next week.
Well, it can't be Sunday at 1 because guess what? You're committed to something.
Oh, that's right. I can't. Well, so Sunday is out. So it's a Thursday. That last game is the one for me.
Yeah. And then I also want to make sure you're locked in. Obviously, you want to be listening to the game on AM 1300, The Zone, but I will be on the call for Texas baseball this weekend as they will be hosting Michigan State. As I said, SEC Network Plus, myself and David Saltzman. We normally are in Round Rock because the Round Rock Classic is going on as well. But make sure you're locked in. If you hear a familiar voice during the baseball game, it'll be mine. And good luck to softball. They are on the road in California. Big-time opponents as they are in their quest to defend their national championship. For Mark Henry, for Marcus, I'm Hardball Hardge. Just remember this, folks. Don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Stay locked in all day long to AM 1300 The Zone and always free on that iHeart Radio app. Peace.
World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry here, and it's another week closer to the grand opening of Round Rock's newest and soon-to-be best sports bar in Austin, Rowdy Cowboy. They have 32 draft beers and craft cocktails and 70 big-screen TVs. Their Texas-sized menu, from everything handmade onion rings to choice steaks, and of course, the hottest Rowdy Cowgirls in Texas. So saddle up and get ready to hit the trail to Rowdy Cowboy for the grand opening March 13th. Doors open at 11 a.m., I-35, north of the 45 loop.
Tired of one price online and another at the dealership?